Alright guys, what's up? This is SonicSol here with another tutorial. This time I wanted to go over Akuma. A lot of people are looking forward to this character and he's finally here. I got him to master rank. I didn't do terrible with him. I've got about a 66% win rate with him when I played him. From ranked matches, he's got a 66% win rate. And I'm mostly a 60% like win rate player. I would argue he's probably going to be a very strong character later on. Right now, everyone's trying to figure out a lot of things with him. And so I wanted to make this tutorial to kind of go over some things so that way you can actually play Akuma pretty early and know what you're doing and maybe get to master rank or just have fun with him and not be as frustrated if you don't know what you're doing with him. He's a Shoto. He's like Ken, he's like Ryu, he's like Luke. They're all Shotos, but the difference is that with Akuma, he's got things to kind of like bypass the neutral game. Of course, Ken has stuff too, like with Dragon Lash, and Luke has like Heavy Flash Knuckle, but ultimately, Akuma has more than that. He has far more than that. But this comes at the price of him having the lowest health in the game. If you don't believe me that he has the lowest health in the game, then I will show you. He's got, if you touch him once for anything, like if you wake up with a DP or you make a mistake at all, that's your life, man. You're pretty much, it's pretty much finito. And I'll show you that right now. So this combo does 69%. It's gonna say 66, but it actually does 69%, as you can see. It's 69%. Most characters have 10k, they would survive that. Akuma does not survive that at all. And that's the thing that you have to realize, is that if you make a mistake with this character, you're fucked. Let me show you why Akuma has low health. It's because all of his options are good. He has probably some of the better normals in the game. He's got forward heavy punch, standing heavy punch, crouching medium punch, and then he's also got standing heavy kick, right? He's got all these different normals that he can use, and I think he's got a really godlike normal in forward medium kick. All of these normals are really good pokes that can net him decent reward. And if you don't believe me that they're good pokes, here are some of the hitboxes for them. This is his standing heavy punch right here. I'm going to show you on the screen. His standing heavy punch has no hurt box until the recovery frames. On the active frames, it's disjointed. Crouching medium punch is the same. It's got a huge disjointed hitbox, but then it's obviously going to have the recovery frames where the hurt box lingers out. But it's a long range disjointed normal on the active frames. Forward medium kick is also disjointed as well. It goes really far and it's fairly quick. And as you can also see, the hurt box kind of retracts back on the recovery frames, making it a little difficult to whiff punish. And so he's got all these buttons that are really, really active and really powerful to play mid-range with. And then the greatest part about it is that with normals like his standing heavy punch, they're super hit confirmable. Like they have a large cancel window. So this is the fastest possible to cancel the stand fear. So it's gonna look like this. And this is how slow you can cancel it. You see that? There's a big difference. You can wait 10 million years and then convert it. See? So it has a huge cancel window, kind of like how Ken's standing fierce is. Also, a lot of these buttons that you're poking with are very safe on block. Like we're talking -2, -3, some cases -1. So for example, if I have him do standing heavy punch, it's -3. Forward medium kick, -4, but no one's gonna really punish this because the jabs don't reach that far. Forward fierce, -3. Yeah, so you're not really punishing that. And then standing heavy kick is +3. So he's got a ton of different normals that are really, really safe or plus, that advance forward or have disjoints on them and are very hard to really contest with in the neutral game. And then on top of all of that, he's got all of these tools, these gimmicky tools to kind of like approach you by skipping the neutral. So for example, he's got Demon Flip. Demon Flip, he's got all his follow-ups except for the grab. so he doesn't have the grab anymore, and there's a reason for that. He's got like the demon flip into the dive kick, which if he spaces it properly, he can be as much as like +2, +3. He can be as much as +5 towards the toes. If he does the palm, there's an overhead. They have to block this standing, meaning that if they try to crouch block it, they're going to get hit, and it's a knockdown. It could be as much as +7. Then he's got the slide. The slide is also +2. And then he's got this fast fall that he could do that cancels the demon flip, which is really good for like baiting anti-airs. And then the EX version always tracks the opponent, and it will always like be like directly above their head. And the EX version lets him do fireball after, EX fireball after. So he's got a lot of follow-ups from the demon flip that he can use to kind of like get in and start offense, or in his offense he can use it to re-engage the opponent with plus frames like that, because he'll be +4. So that's primarily one of the main things that he's doing, next to like obviously his really strong fireball game, because he's got some of the best projectiles because his fireballs are so fast. So he's got 3 different speeds to his fireballs, and he can charge it, right? So he could charge it up to level 3, which means that he'll be doing his Shakunetsu fireball, his red fireball. But his level 2 fireball is also pretty good. And this is really useful because he won't have to spend meter against another character in the fireball war. See? So that's exactly why like those fireballs are really good for like the mid-range, and being able to like charge them and do this. And then he's also got his air fireball, right? Like he's got his Zanku Hadoken, which he can use as well. So like let's say the opponent wants to zone the same way, right? Then they got to worry about me jumping in with the air fireball and then getting a confirm from it. The air fireball also helps with him approaching, along with jump down medium kick, which is his dive kick that he could also combo from. If it's spaced, he's also plus. So that's the thing, like he's got all these different ways of approaching in the air with different like variants, that it makes it very difficult to tell where you can actually anti-air him. And then he's got these really strong buttons on the ground that he's gonna be poking with and making it very difficult for you. So that is why the character is strong. Keep in mind also that we haven't even touched the surface in terms of his supers, but he's also got other special moves on the ground that you gotta worry about, such as his palm, which is safe, right? His cortical back heavy punch, which is a new move. This could be used kind of like Luke's back fierce, as it acts sort of like a shimmy more or less, and then it could actually whiff punish people like on accident. So you get a big combo for that. And then on top of that, he's also got this teleport, right? That he could mix in with all the other approaches that he's doing, right? Like let's say he does demon flip, or he does the fast fall, and then you see them parry. Remember, they changed the way parry works in this game. Parry lasts for much longer now. Let's say they're tapping parry like this, and they want to stop like demon flip or fireball. See, like they do parry against that, but then you could fast fall. And punish counter their parry. Or let's say they're parrying your fireballs, right? Then instead of doing that, you teleport in. Mind you, if they get hit by the command grab and they're doing like parry, they're doing tap parry, that's like 30% they just lost off their life bar for that. You're using all these tools to kind of keep your opponent on their toes, to really worry about like how you're gonna approach them. And then when your normal finally hits, you're gonna basically get good Oki from it. So if you land, let's say, a forward heavy punch in the neutral, you don't whiff punish them, but it just lands, then it's +4 on hit, which means that you actually get like a combo into Tatsu. But that's up close. If they get whiff punished, right? So, see, I get DP there. See how that links? And then I get Tatsu. And that gives him good Oki too. So he could do forward fierce, and then a heavy kick. You've got Stand and Fierce as well, right? Stand and Fierce is also a really good button to whiff punish with. He can also do Stand Fierce in the DP. You can do Stand Fierce into the Flame Punch, right? And leave himself at plus frames, or knock them down if he can hit confirm it. So he's got a really good button with Stand Fierce because it's very special cancelable, it's very hit confirmable. So you can just forward medium kick, and if that lands, there we go, right? Like, you can use his forward medium kick to whiff punish into DP or into sweep, right? Yup, I can do low forward. You see, like, this is like how Akuma is played too. You have really fast walk speed, some of the fastest walk speed in the game. So you can walk in and out of ranges to whiff punish people. And his buttons are really good at being able to capitalize off of that, because a lot of his buttons have really good frame advantage on hit to where he can do these type of things. He can walk in and out of ranges very effectively with his buttons. He's got a lot of strong tools, and then obviously all of these tools lead into very powerful set play, because he could do Tatsu into sweep, right? Or, you know, he can end up doing medium kick Tatsu, carrying to the corner, and then getting like a meaty overhead to go over that. Let's say you land the hit. You now have to verify, are they standing or crouching? If I hit you with stand jab, and I try to go into Tatsu, Tatsu's gonna whiff, right? Like, all of those Tatsus are gonna whiff. So instead, you have to DP. You have to recognize that they're crouching and either DP, or you can spend the drive gauge in order to make them standing. Generally speaking, if you don't want to have to spend drive gauge, you gotta visually confirm that they are crouching and then do DP after. If you land like an actual whiff punish with a medium, it actually becomes a mix-up if you land like a medium normal into the fire punch, because they're you're +2 on hit, so you get a strike throw scenario from this. And then if you convert this properly, like if you go into the second follow-up, then you knock them down and can carry them closer to the corner. If you get the heavy version, like if you get a heavy normal, then you could do the heavy fire punch, because you see that doesn't connect with mediums, but with heavies it does. And then you could get Oki that way. So you have to visually see whether they're standing or crouching to know what to convert into if you don't want to spend meter. That means, okay, they're crouching, I gotta do DP. Okay, they're crouching, maybe I gotta do the fire punch. Okay, they're crouching, maybe I gotta convert into drive rush and then go into a normal that will force standing, right? Like that. So what normals now force standing? That would be normals like stand medium kick, standing heavy kick, and crouching heavy punch. These normals force standing on the opponent, which means that now your Tatsu will connect. So if you land like a low forward and a drive rush, you want to make sure that the combo you're doing will force standing to get that Tatsu, because it's important. The Tatsu is the light Tatsu is what's going to actually get you the Oki. Now that we've covered that, when you do light Tatsu into sweep, what are your options? Well, let's set the dummy to wake up with a button, right? So he should wake up and do jab. So every time I touch him, when he wakes up, he'll do jab. I'm gonna do a combo into Tatsu and then sweep. Then I get to double dash and throw him. That's a meaty grab. And then, right, because I did that first throw, I can loop that throw. Over and over, right? So he gets a throw loop when he has them in the corner. Mid-screen, not so much. But in the corner, he gets a throw loop. On top of this, he can do the command grab. See? After. Because he can meaty you. See? So you see how he can meaty you there, and then instead of doing, you know, instead of doing a strike there, he could do a throw, and it's an actual mix-up. He gets a meaty throw on you after this. He gets a safe jump. So let's say he wakes up with a DP instead of a jab. He's dead. Right, like he'd be dead. And then if he wakes up with a button, he's also dead. Right, so that's an automatic safe jump. He gets double dash throw, a safe jump. He can also do an overhead from this. He could do drive rush stand fierce. So and then that's meaty. The drive rush stand fierce is +5, as you can see. So he could frame trap into stand medium punch or whatever button he wants. He could frame trap into crouching medium punch. Then he gets a whole combo. Right, like he gets a whole combo after that. And that's the thing, right? Like he gets so much off of light kick Tatsu sweep that he gets to set play you at that point. Not only does he have all these tools for the mid-range, and then they all lead in the set play, but obviously he has good defense because he has his DP, which, by the way, can give him some Oki. They can't wake up with a button like that if you time it properly. See? So you do get Oki after your DP, but it's not really meaningful Oki, right? Like you kind of have to like finesse it. In the corner, he also has heavy kick Tatsu that he could do, and that nets him really good advantage. So he can meaty grab you like that. You get stand fierce after the meaty overhead from heavy kick Tatsu, from drive rush overhead. And by the way, they can die from this. He's dead from that overhead. He gets an overhead setup from that. He gets an overhead setup from medium Tatsu. Right? That's +5. So he gets standing light kick. His set play is really fucking good. And then the supers. His first super is his fireball, right? He has his original fireball on the ground with punches, cortical forward punch. And then he also has another one with kicks, right? The kick one, he recovers faster. So let's say you air to air somebody with one of his normals. So like, let's say you do the air to air. Very realistic in a match. So it's just wild that he gets something like this. And then he also has his level 2, which causes a wall crumple. And he can convert from this. He can actually convert into his level 2, and because his level 2 wall splats, he gets a conversion right after it too. Which is insane. That's 5k. And then his level 3. He's got 2 level 3s. Obviously, it's just a physical hitting attack. You always want to do level 3 from light DP in the corner because it does the most damage. But mid-screen, you want to do his heavy DP because it'll always connect. Because if you try to do like light kick Tatsu into light DP in certain instances, it'll whiff if you're further away. So you see how that's hitting? If I'm further away, it whiffs. If I do heavy DP, it'll always connect, which means I can always get super from it. But in the corner, you almost always want to do light DP because it's the most damage. Right? He's obviously got one more super, and that is his Raging Demon. His Raging Demon can only be done in critical art. So I'm gonna show you that at 26% health, I don't get access to Demon. But 25%, it'll come out. The interesting thing about his Raging Demon in this game is that his Raging Demon can be comboed into kind of like Kage in Street Fighter V. However, it doesn't have the same properties as his other Raging Demons, where he's invincible, right? He's not invincible at all on Raging Demon. He's only invincible for one singular frame, which means that if he does it, he can't do it on Wake Up. It's only invincible at the initial flash. And then if you connect it already with a hit, it'll combo into it. And if not, then it checks if the opponent is blocking or in like a neutral state. If the opponent already pressed a button, you're gonna get hit. Whereas if they didn't press a button, then they get hit by the command grab, obviously. Or if they jump, they avoid it. But the point is, it's not the same like other games. It's not like, you know, other Raging Demons where like you can actually like use it on Wake Up to like as a reversal. You can't do that. I'm gonna show you also like with projectiles. It goes through projectiles on later frames, as you can see. If you check the frame data, it is only invincible for a singular frame, and then it has projectile invincibility until it's active. What does this mean? If you could combo into Raging Demon, that means you can go into it so long as the opponent is grounded. You can't combo into it if the opponent is airborne. See, because they're airborne, it doesn't work that way. Even if I wall splat them like this, it won't connect. See? See, it doesn't connect. It should connect here, right? Yeah. So it can only connect on a grounded opponent and if they're crumpled. That's it. And when I say grounded opponent, it can connect also as a combo. So like you could combo into it. Like that. So it's good because mid-screen, you don't do the same damage you do in the corner. In the corner, I would opt to go for the combo that I've been doing in this video so far, which is this. But mid-screen, I would opt to do like, you know, I would opt to do a combo into Raging Demon because mid-screen it will do more damage. Technically, Demon does 200 more points of damage than CA. So you would want to go for this mid-screen. The other thing too, right, because you could combo into Demon, that set play I talked about earlier with Tatsu in the suite, it becomes very difficult to avoid Raging Demon here, right? So look, if I hold up, I get tagged by the jump jab, and he gets the combo into Demon. Because the jump jab links into the Demon. If I mash, I get counter hit. Even if I stand jab. Let's say, oh man, I should stand jab. Counter hit in the Demon. Okay, so let me not mash, let me block. I have to hold up on the pre-flap. If I try to DP, it's a safe jump, right? So like he could choose to not do Demon there. Instead, he could block, right? And if he blocks, then I'm fucking dead, right? Then I'm fucking dead. I can't jump out. I can't like mash. I can't like, I literally have to hold that shit. I have to hold it or guess correctly and then jump out, or block the jab and then jump out. But then he could choose to not do Demon and then just do jab into a normal and it'll clip me. See? And then that's a frame trap. So it's an actual mix-up that I have to hold once he's in critical art that I have to worry about, because since he could combo into it, it makes the safe jump even deadlier to deal with. So that's why the demon is designed the way it is in this game, because you could combo into it and force the demon on somebody. That's the point. That's why it's like that. Obviously, you can still do shenanigans with demon as well, like old school shenanigans. So for example, so if you did something like this, if they wake up jab, the demon will meaty their jab, because you're doing it in the recovery. You're doing it in the recovery of the dive kick, and the dive kick whiffs. Obviously, they can hold up preemptively if they know you're gonna demon, but in general, right, they can't wake up with a jab here. There are other setups too. You can do it from drive rush. A lot of people like to do it from drive rush, like this, and it beats his jab. You see how like I'm plinking the jab with the parry? That's how I'm getting it to come out immediately from drive rush. So it would look like this. Those are all the ways you could like set up demon right now that I know. But Raging Demon is very strong in this game for the reason that you could combo into it and that you could hide it in a lot of different inputs, a lot of different setups. It's just, it's not as strong because it is locked behind critical art and it's not invincible on the first frame. That's literally the main flaws behind this version of Demon. I guess some combos, I'll just show this now. You know, you could do crouching light kick, crouching light punch, standing light kick in the DP, right? Very straightforward. It's important to know if they're crouching. If they're standing, then you can obviously do Tatsu into sweep. That will get you your offense. It'll get started, right? Standing heavy punch, cancel DP. You can also do standing hard punch into cortical back heavy punch series. Let's say you land a low forward or a stand fierce. You can drive rush that. You can drive rush the low forward in the stand fierce. But I would recommend just doing stand fierce. You can stand medium kick in the Tatsu. You can do this. Now, let's say the opponent is crouching. Then if you land, you know, a poke in the mid-range, like let's say crouching strong or stand fierce, then you can do stand medium punch in the crouching fierce and then get your Tatsu into sweep. You can also do standing roundhouse off of crouching strong, drive rush, and that will force standing. Remember that if you did stand roundhouse, you could get crouching fierce. That goes into Tatsu into DP. Let's say you land, you know, standing heavy kick. You always want to do stand medium kick. Almost always. You have to be careful of the range though. If you're too far, it might not connect. So then you get standing heavy kick into stand medium kick, into light Tatsu, into sweep. You can also play it safe and get crouching strong. That way, if stand medium kick whiffs, or if it's just too far and it doesn't connect, then you can always just do crouching strong instead. But keep in mind, if they're crouching, the Tatsu won't connect, so you might have to go into DP. So recognize that. Or you could go in a drive rush, then you'll get standing heavy kick in the crouching fierce, light Tatsu in the DP, do something like this. There's more that you could do. You always want to do cortical back heavy punch, because that'll leave you really plus, so that. And just do forward fierce, crouch fierce all fucking day. Into the light hands, into Goku Satsu. In the corner, if they do wake up DP, this is the max damage possible. So, yeah, if he wakes up and does DP, he should be fucking dead. It'll look something like this. And it's from mid-screen to corner. I kind of wanted to leave you guys with an impression of this character as like a very strong character, but a hard to master character. And hopefully you guys learned a lot from this tutorial. I plan to go over again in smaller videos how to do some of these things, but in general, this should be like a video that you guys can come back to and learn a lot from. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about Akuma in the comments down below. Do you think he's strong? Do you think he's weak? Are you excited to play him? And be sure to subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell so you know when I upload more videos like this. And yeah, you can check out my streams where I do all this stuff live on twitch.tv/Sonic_Sol. Anyway, I will see you guys in the next video. Y'all be easy and good luck. Peace.